Good morning and welcome to another edition of Ask Elly, Intuitive Insights and Your Questions Answered. My name is Elly Molina. Today is September 8th, 2020. And just for those of you, if you don't know who I am, I'm an intuitive, I'm a psychic, I'm an educator and an author of the best-selling book on intuitive development for children and adults, which is called Children Who Know How to Know. And today's conversation is going to be about your questions answered, some dreams that people have had, and we're going to talk about Acedia and the role that it plays right now and the relevance of this word in our collective consciousness and things that we can be doing right now to move us forward and out of this state. So, good morning, everybody. And I am so happy that you have joined us. And if anyone has questions and comments, please call in. But for the meantime, I'm going to go get started right now with one of the first questions that was submitted to me during the week. And always feel free to submit questions at Ask Elly on my website, ellymolina.com. You can ask them ahead of time, or you can send in your questions right now live on the air. So the first question that came this week was from a woman, and we're going to refer to her as BD. And BD wrote in saying, "Hi, Elly, you have come so highly recommended. I am looking to make the remaining years the best after a bit of a rough road. I want to be able to have more financial freedom, but that feels like a difficult thing to achieve. I am 62 years young." She didn't write that, I'm adding that. "I work in the public school system and I am an artist." Um, there's the question embedded in here and is, how can I change my life so that I can feel more fulfilled in different areas? So, okay, BD, one of the first things that I'd just like to share with you right now is that really good starting point would be for you to acknowledge yourself first. This is not a psychic thing, but really to acknowledge yourself and give yourself permission to realize and again acknowledge yourself how great you are, that you've been an educator and are an educator for so many years, and that you are working with children. And I do believe you wrote over here in the second part of your, "I'm an artist and work with emotionally traumatized elementary students. I make very little money doing this and I really have to make more money. It may be time for me to put myself first. How can I change my life for the better?" So again, getting back, let's circle back to this, BD. It's really important that you recognize your self-worth. And in terms of recognizing your self-worth, look at what you're doing. You are contributing to children who really need you, who wouldn't be receiving your talents and your care and your loving concern. Maybe they would from other people, but you've chosen to go down this path. And so now, as you're looking to retire from this path, it is time for you to pursue those things that you really, really want to do. So first of all, I would start with saying, "Hey, you know what? I did my duty. I followed my path. I've been divinely guided to go down this path to guide emotionally traumatized children. And now it's time for me to turn the focus on myself and my life. I have given back to society. I have done what I came here to do in part. And now it's time to fulfill on the second half of my journey on this planet, or maybe the third, who's to say?" One of the things that I am getting for you is that, BD, is that you are going to be divinely guided to start doing things that matter to you, and you will have an increase in your income. So I'm seeing that there are tons of ideas circling around in your head. I see your imagination is very strong. You're extremely creative. I'm getting that also. You've got a ton of ideas. However, past programming, your history of working in the educational system for so long has kept you institutionalized in a way, excuse the pun. And so therefore, as artistic as you are, it often becomes a challenge to think outside of the box. Here's where conversations with other creatives who are also entrepreneurs would be extremely helpful, BD. And what I'm getting is that as soon as you retire, and you don't even have to retire, you could start doing this on the side if you're not too tired, to really put some energy and creative focus into your own personal artistic endeavors. I am seeing that there's a lot of spiritual growth happening for you right now coming down the line, and that you will start listening to your own intuitive language and what it teaches you. I would just not beat myself up and make myself wrong for having spent so many years and believing that you're not making money because you've been contributing on a very grand scale. So, for people who believe in karma and pay, karma. So, we can always look at it from a karmic point of view and say, well, you've done your karmic duty. You are now free. You're free right now, as if you declare it, BD, to start your own creative projects. And this could be anything from cards that you design. I mean, I don't want to even put ideas into your head, but you can do anything that your heart desires and that you already have circulating in your creative consciousness. And then to start using different language. So rather than say, oh, well, I'm not a business person, I'm too old, whatever it is that you're telling yourself, just start changing that conversation and go, I'm being divinely guided to do now what's next for me and what's coming next. And then you're going to start to see, BD, that a path is going to open up for you, and you're going to start to get a lot of divine inspiration. I suggest you write this down and take note of it, because you have so much information coming forth. And then the next thing to do is not ask yourself, well, how am I going to make this happen? But rather start looking at what would it take to make this happen. Okay. And if you have any further questions about that, BD, you can also schedule a session, email me, and I'll send you a discounted link for submitting your questions to the call. So all you have to do is email me at elly@ellymolina.com and put in your full name and your information, and I will send you a discounted link. And that goes for anybody here on the call who wants to have a session with me. So good morning. We've got quite a number of people joining us today. I'm very excited to have you here. Please feel free to call in at any time. I am just going to move quickly to another 2 questions that have been asked prior to the call this week. So I am LR out of NYC. I am planning to move to North Carolina. What time frame do you see as being optimal for this move? And is this a good decision for me and my family? Okay, LR, this is a great decision for you. In terms of your family, I just want to let you know that if you present this as an opportunity for them, they may be just as excited as you are. Interesting thing for you, LR, is that there's a wonderful opportunity awaiting for you when you make your move to North Carolina. I'm going to suggest that you get yourself an astrocartography reading, just um, uh, and if you want to do that with me, I do that. Otherwise, I can recommend other astrologers who are great at doing astrocartography. So in an astrocartography reading, you'll take a look at relationships, you'll take a look at finances, and if this is a good area for you. One of the things that I'm getting, LR, this is going to be an excellent location for you in terms of relationship. So there are wonderful things happening for relationship, and it will give you an opportunity to put forth a new and exciting creative endeavor. You will find yourself more creative and a greater entrepreneur in this area than you thought you may or might be, in case you are into entrepreneurial endeavors. There's also something really exciting going on over here in terms of relationship. So as far as your family goes, this looks so, I won't answer that part because I don't know who's in your family and how many members are there and who's going along. But as far as this goes for you, this is wonderful for you. And again, one cannot make everybody happy. So if this is something that's important to you in terms of really making your relationships great, your personal relationships and your business, and creating a financial legacy, and to begin that creating that financial legacy, well, this is a great place to go. It feels and looks as if it's been in the works for a while. You are going to get some good news coming within the next could be 8 days, could be 8 weeks. You're going to get some good news coming. Keep your eyes open. Like I said, you're not going to be able to make everybody happy. So you want to make yourself happy first, and then they can come along if that is part of their destiny. Okay. Intending that answered that question. And if not, just email me and I will send you a discounted link for a 30-minute session. Okay, here we go. I have another question from CM, who is also looking to change location. And her question is, will moving from my current location bring in new energy, re a relationship, into my life? Okay, so this, again, a lot of similarity in terms of getting an astrocartography reading to see whether this would be a good opportunity. One of the things that is coming through, though, is that this will be a very happy outcome for you to move as well, CM. Moving is going to lead you to new and brilliant ideas. What I'm seeing over here is that you're going to have more confidence in yourself than you have had wherever you have been living. This new location, wherever you're going, will provide you with more confidence in yourself. When you are confident in yourself, obviously the situation around you begins to change. It looks as if, from a psychic standpoint, that this would be a magical location that you're choosing, and that you can become a fabulous manifester, and create income and be able to pay off any and all existing monies that may be owed anywhere, in case that is the question or that's part of the equation. So this looks like a wonderful opportunity for you to make a move, depending on, of course, where it is that you're going. Something that I'd like to throw in right now at this moment in time is for people to take a look at Robert Dilts' model for change and creating reality. Robert Dilts has been and is a developer, an author, a trainer. He's a consultant in NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. And in Dilts' model for creating change, he tells us that the things that we have to look at our environment. So not only do we look at our values, we also look at our environment. So in this case, what I'm seeing for you over here, CM, is that changing your environment will actually be a very good thing for you. Okay, very cool. I have one other relationship question showing up right now. And this is, where did this one go? I had a dream that, I just lost it. One moment. I had a dream that I had a new relationship. Does this mean that this relationship is coming into my life? Okay, I hope that this is close in my new reality. Okay, wonderful. This is your subconscious mind sharing with you that you are ready for this new relationship and this new partner. So, what your subconscious mind is saying is, okay, I'm ready. I'm going to attract this. So, I'm going to suggest to you over here that you not negate what your subconscious mind is working on. Your subconscious mind is doing everything it can right now to attract the partner and the relationship. So, you must be careful that your consciousness does not go and negate this through self-talk, meaning, oh, when am I going to meet this person? Where am I going to meet this person? That is your conscious mind undoing what your subconscious is showing you is available. Your subconscious is working with your desires right now. And so this is really important that you do not negate this in your self-talk. Watch what you were saying right now. Very, very important. So you may want to change and switch up this self-talk to, I'm so excited that I'm meeting my new partner. She can be here in any opportunity at any moment, anytime I walk out of the door. A friend of mine once said to me, every time you walk out of the door, you want to look good, you want to feel good, you want to smell good. So that's my advice to you. Okay. Awesome. Before I move on to some other topics and conversations, does anybody on the call right now? Yes, 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 absolutely. Lena, absolutely. You may call in. I am here and ready for your call. Good morning.
Good morning, Elly. How are you?
I'm awesome. I'm awesome. Do you have a comment, a question, something that you'd like to share with us?
I do. This is not the first time that I've talked to you, and this is most certainly not the first time that I have listened to your podcast. I do want to say that I appreciate your insight. I really honestly do, because you are, I've seen many other people that take questions like these and, you know, um, and sometimes, people expect like a clear cut answer as far as, um, has or will it work out for me? But I like that, you're different in the sense that, you won't tell anybody, definitively, because no one can really know, you can, you have to really really know, yourself, and you have to really practice, which I'm sure you have. I'm just saying, like, I like that your insight is more geared towards self rather than outside factors. I don't know if that makes sense, but I absolutely love that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And this is so perfect. I don't know if you know what, you must be psychic, because our next topic is dealing with giving away our powers to outside forces. And even though I work in this realm as a psychic and intuitive, I always tell everyone that I work with, I'm not the authority on this one. I can see
Right.
what's going on, what's being shown to me. That doesn't mean, though, that you can turn around and have something completely different happen. And so, therefore, no one at all can have that ultimate decision over, oh, yes, you need to move. This is going to be great for you. You know
Right.
what? The energy, though, in terms of what I'm seeing for this particular woman, I am seeing that she wants to go. And so, therefore, if she wants to go and her self talk is going to be in alignment with wanting to go, and she can also check in her astrocartography if that's something that she wants to do, also. Not that that's something that I would say base your answers on, because I did this is a personal thing, I did an astrocartography reading, and it was go to Idaho Falls. Well, I'm sorry, I'm not going to Idaho Falls, no matter how great it could be for me. So my
Right.
family's not there. They're not coming.
Right. There's certain factors that go into everything. And, you can't definitively predict whether or not something is going to work out, because everything is constantly changing. The universe is constantly changing. And you were asking if I was, you said I must be a little bit psychic. To a degree, I am an empath, and I have very, very strong intuitive feelings that typically come true. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I've had dreams come true before. So yeah, I guess you could say I have a little bit of the gift, but I most certainly identify with empath, and I can't get away from it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awesome. And So this is where the trusting our own intuition and our own knowingness is so important. And that's one of the things I teach all the clients that I work with. I work with their intuition. I'm going to confirm, oh yeah, that looks good or that. I'm not going to tell you what to do though. So,
Right.
um, if you look back at your own life and anybody listening to this call, and this is nothing new, I'm not saying anything new, you're going to see that whenever we have one of those moments that, oh God, um, we made a mistake or we feel that we're regretting something, we always know there's that moment in time where we look back and say, you know what? I knew
Right.
this ahead of time. I didn't trust
Yeah.
my intuition. Everybody. And so that's why the beauty of it is learn how to live intuitively, learn what it takes to live intuitively and trust it. It's magic.
Right. Absolutely. And I absolutely agree. Cause I mean, as an empath, I have to trust my intuition. Otherwise things start going sour and people start getting in trouble, Um, it's just, it's really
Absolutely.
hard because yeah. But anyways, I don't want to take any more of your show. I wanted to say thank you so much for your insight. Thank you for, not being someone that, is like, oh yes, I'm psychic. Let me, do my Jedi mind trick, like that. Just, I appreciate your
Mhm.
honesty. I appreciate you being real and just, you're amazing. Thank you so much, Elly.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, I so appreciate you sharing that today. Thank you. You just made my day. Okay.
Aw, I'm happy to do so. I will get up and thank you for having me on the show. You have an amazing day. I'll be listening.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Bye. Bye bye. Today, thank you, Lena. Thank you, Luna Lena. And I have a question that was submitted today, and I'm going to take this because I'm going to tell you in this business, there are going to be questions and times where people are going to send in things that are spam and strange. Only this one, this one piqued my curiosity, and it's from Jay V. There's no location over here. And it was quite cryptic. And it just says, Gus Walter, Gus Walter. The subject is bacon. And the message is the Gibraltar pound. And so I started thinking about this, and I started going into like, oh, this is kind of a cool thing over here. Like, what is this person really asking? Or are they asking anything? Is this spam? What is this? So I decided to go down this rabbit hole a little bit. And what came up for me is the following. First of all, I'm going to start with truth is stranger than fiction. So no matter what we can make up. So I did some research because I'm really not that familiar with Gibraltar. And one of the things, because Jamie wrote over here, subject bacon and Gibraltar pound, said, okay, let's go look at the currency. Let's start with currency. And so the currency is the British pound, which has been and is and remains stronger than the US dollar right now. Thought that was pretty interesting. But what really spiked my curiosity over here, Jamie, and this is where I say truth is stranger than fiction, is that for people who are unfamiliar with Gibraltar, there are um, 16, there are tunnels in Gibraltar. And back in World War II, there were 16,000 strong garrisons that could be housed there, with enough food to last them for 16 months. Under the tunnels were also underground telephone exchange, power generating stations, a water distillation plant, a hospital, a bakery, ammunition magazines, vehicle maintenance workshop, and the total length of the entire tunnel network is approximately 34 miles. And so this had me spiraling into, well, what is Gibraltar known for? And Gibraltar is known for online gambling. Gibraltar is known for having people come to visit. And then again, as I said, this spiraled a whole bunch of different things going on in Gibraltar. And so Jamie, I'm going to suggest that if you are not a remote viewer, that you contact somebody or even email me and let's have a follow-up conversation and see what's going on here with tunnels and conspiracies and underground cities. This is all tying into a lot of things that are on the mainstream patriot media. And so it just piqued my curiosity, and I would love to engage in conversation with you. And if you know more and this is not spam and you're real, please call in and let's have a wonderful conversation on this. I think many of the listeners would be intrigued by all of this. So I'm game. Okay. All right. So look forward to hearing more from you, Jamie. And yeah, fill us in with what you know, and keep us posted. All right. Really just changing subjects today. I wanted to talk a little bit about Acedia and its relevance right now in terms of um, what's going on. And acedia is a state of being where we're feeling listless and we've kind of given up. And that is the collective consciousness right now. And we can say to ourselves, you know what? It is now time for us to take a look at what's going on around us and to really start to wake up. Um, for me, when I look around and I listen to people, I'm seeing that people are waiting for and this is my interpretation of what I'm seeing. I'm not saying that this is true. I am getting the energy that people are waiting right now for a hero archetype, someone who's going to come in and swoop us up right now and say, hey, you know what? I'm here. I'm going to change the current state of the world. I'm going to change the state that we are in right now and move us into a state of excitement again and prosperity and moving forward into the new shift and into a higher level of consciousness. And even people who are sleeping are just waiting for a hero archetype, a leader to step in and tell them what to do. Okay, now you can take off your masks. Now it's safe. Now you can get an injection. Now you can go back out, return to normal, have restaurants open up. Life has resumed normalcy again, and or going back to the way that it was, the familiar. And if we as a consciousness look for that hero archetype, that is dangerous. All you need to do is go back into history and take a look at historical archetypes or historical figures who have made those promises to the people and to the public. And so when I say to wake up, what I mean by this is find the thoughts that you can create for yourself to take you out of this listless energy, this energy of depression, this energy of thinking that you can't do anything anymore, that opportunities are lost, and get yourself into this energy of creating something. Remember, everything is created twice. First, it's created in our thoughts, and then it's created in our consciousness. Then we actually create it. So everything that you're looking at, from a sewing machine to a deck of playing cards, was first thought up in the mind and then produced. And it's all done through self-talk, language, and awareness. So it is really time right now for each and every one of us to pay attention to our thoughts and stop going along with this herd mentality of waiting, just waiting. And there's an old, I don't know if anybody remembers Waiting for Godot from Samuel Beckett. I mean, these guys are just sitting there waiting for Godot to come someday, one day, who's going to make a difference and change everything. And so my question to people right now is, what are you waiting for? Are you waiting for your own Godot? Are you waiting for a hero archetype to come? Um, Okay, this is interesting. I am Luna Lena. I'm just going to read what you wrote. I can see that I can't necessarily pinpoint the consciousness of the population, but I do know the energy is more than chaotic right now. It is so difficult. Yes, and this is where I'm going to stop you in those thoughts and say, okay, let me change these thoughts. And as opposed to going along with the mainstream media and waiting for the hero and looking for things like that, then what I'd like you to do is say, what can I do now as a conscious creator to change the life in my own environment, to change up my own space? So maybe that would be creating something new in your family, creating something new in your business, creating something new in your own environment, who you interact with, changing conversations. I have a rule of thumb, and that is, this is a personal rule, that if we have spoken about it more than 2 times, we do not speak about it again. So if you're telling me a story about how sick you are, you get to tell that story to me twice. I get to hear it. And then the story conversation ends. Either you take actions to work towards it, you change your thoughts, you go see a doctor, you take some sort of a concrete game plan to remove that conversation, or you go share that conversation with somebody else. So it's not like I'm looking to be mean or unkind. However, conversations tend to create grooves in our brain, and then we go around and around and around, and we stop becoming creative thinkers. And we, as a human species, are meant to create. So, running out of time over here right now, and I have so enjoyed talking to all of you today, and those of you who were on the call and listening. And I encourage you all to get out today and create something new. Start your day with a new way of thinking. Just declare to yourself, today something amazing is going to happen. I don't know what it is, but I'm really excited about it. Or today, wonderful opportunities are coming my way. I don't know what they are, but I'm really excited about them. And thank you. Oh, thank you, Thomas, for your contribution here. Thank you for your inspiration. And I love your podcast. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, everybody, have a great week. Tune in next week. Send me your questions. I love hearing from you. And thank you, Elly, so much. I wish you love and light. Have an amazing day. Blessed be. Same to you and everyone on this call and all future listeners. So be it. May you be blessed. Stop waiting for the hero. You're the hero or the heroine. Okay, take care. Bye.